Yo, let's do some math. Take your notes, lesson 119B. I'll see you later. Okay, let's do this. Problem set 119B, writing percents as fractions, part 2. I looked back at part 1. Part 1 is from problem set 33, way back in the fall. And you guys probably remember that the way to write a percent as a fraction is pretty simple. I even went over this in the last video, but we take 60% and basically all we're doing is putting 60 over 100. And then we can reduce it down. We can reduce down take out those zeros. 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times. 60% is also the same as 3/5 when we're writing a percent as a fraction. 4%, the same as 4 over 100, and then again we just simply reduce it. 4 goes into 4 one time. How many times does 4 go into 100? I usually think money. 4 quarters into a dollar, quarters equal 25, so our fraction is 1/25. What about 10%? What fraction is 10%? 10 over 100, cross out some zeros, 1/10. Alright, we're blitzing right along. A percent is a fraction. That's what you're going to write in that box, that blank there. With a denominator of what? 100. Rightio. We write a percent in fraction form by removing the percent sign and writing the denominator 100. So if we took 50%, we just write this number, put it over 100. Then we reduce it down. 50% is going to reduce down to 1/2 as a fraction. The way that they'll word these problems are convert this percent into a fraction. Now where it gets tricky and where it gets to be really like 5th grade, almost 6th grade, is when we take percents that already have a fraction in them. What? Like 33 1/3%. What do we do with that? How do we convert that into a fraction? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you. We can do this by using 3 steps. We can take 33 1/3. Step 1, we're going to put that into an improper fraction. 3 times 33 is going to give us 99, plus 1 is 100, so the improper fraction here is 100 over 3. Now when we have a number over 100 like this, you're basically dividing. You're dividing by 100. So we've got our 100 over 3 divided by 100. We'll just put that in a fraction because we're working with fractions. Okay, what do we know about dividing fractions? Right, we flip to get the recip and then multiply. So our new equation is 100 over 3. We're going to flip the 100 over 1 and multiply. And before I go ahead and multiply, I'm going to cancel out. I'm going to reduce my 100s. These cross-canceling here, 100 and 100. And that simply leaves me with 1/3. 33 1/3% converted into a fraction is 1/3. Some of you may already know that. You may have already had that memorized, or you just knew it somehow. But they're not always going to be that simple. And they're not always going to be maybe that obvious, if that was obvious to you. Let's take another one. Alright, convert 3 1/3% to a fraction. So the first step is to turn 3 1/3 into an improper fraction. That is going to give us 10 over 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10 over 3. And that's, the question is, so that's 10/3% is basically what that is. 10/3 divided by 100, well, when we do that, it's going to look like this. 10/3 divided by 100. So we're going to flip this number right here to get the recip. So 10 over 3, which, recip is short for reciprocal. And now we're going to multiply it by 1 over 100. And multiply it out. 10 over 3 times 1 over 100 We can reduce it before we multiply it, or you can reduce it after. I'm going to reduce before. 10 goes into 10 one time. 10 goes into 100 10 times. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 1/3% converted to a fraction gives us 1/30. Okay, when we do those 3 steps, we're going to take our fraction percent here and turn it into an improper fraction. And then we're going to flip to get the recip. We're going to multiply that fraction by 1/100 to get our answer. You're going to do the next 2, are your practice problems, and pause this video and come back and we'll see how you did. Alright, are you ready? Did you do the work? The 3 steps for each one? Alright, 12.5% to a fraction. So first step is we turn it into an improper fraction. That gave us 25/2. Thumbs up, did you get that? Awesome. Now we're going to flip to get the recip. So instead of just dividing it by 100, we're going to flip that to 1/100 and then multiply it out. So 25/2 times 1/100, when you reduce it, you could either reduce it before you multiply or reduce after. It gives you the answer 1/8. How'd you do for the next one? I'm going to work it so that you can see and follow along and see how you did. 14 2/7. Right, when we make that fraction improper, it gives us 100/7. And we're dividing it by 100, so we're going to, on our step 2, we're going to flip to get the reciprocal, 100/7. Our reciprocal is 1/100. And now when we multiply it out, we can go down to the next line or not, but 100/7 times 1/100. I'm going to cross out before I multiply, and that's going to give me 1/7. If you did not get 1/7, look at this and kind of see where you went astray. And otherwise, I hope you had a great time on this practice set, and we'll see you at the Google Meet. Bye.